It's not a crazy ex-girlfriend story, it's a crazy ex-wife story. I was married to my first husband, and the first thing that happened was he was cheating on me with another girl. He left me on Christmas Day. So during this whole time, you know, he had left. He ended up moving in with her. We were trying to work things out. And during this whole time, him and I were talking back and forth. He had moved in with her. Got to a point where he was trying to come back because he realized the grass wasn't always greener on the other side. So as this was going on, he said that she had moved out of their apartment. Him and I were trying to get ready to, you know, work things out. I kept calling the apartment. She kept answering the phone. And finally one day, I asked her, I said, "Are you still living there?" She goes, yeah. So I made plans. She told me where they lived. I went down to their apartment. I hid in their apartment, waiting for him to come home from work. And I hid in their bedroom. And finally, when he came home, he had stooped down to put a fish into the refrigerator. And I stood in the doorway, and as soon as he shut the refrigerator door and stood up, I'm standing right in the kitchen doorway, and I looked right at him and I said, "So she moved out, huh?" Got this blank stare on his face, and he's like, "I'm not dealing with this." I said, "Oh, yes you are." I smacked him upside the head. Went down. His new girlfriend got all upset. She left the apartment. Can you see him? So then, after all that happened, I eventually got to a point where I'm not dealing with him anymore. So we were going through a divorce, and he would not get his stuff out of the house that I was living in. So I got pissed off one day, and I decided, I was sitting there eating a tuna fish sub from Subway. I got pissed off enough. The couch that was supposed to be his, I just started rubbing tuna all over it because I was pissed off. So then after that, he still would not come and get his stuff out of the house. So the day that the house sold, what I did was we packed all of his crap up in a truck. Bev and Rick, you'd be proud of me because I did some investigating of my own. And I found out where he lived. And they were living in a different apartment. We went down, put all the stuff in front of his apartment door. So when they opened up the door, they couldn't go nowhere. They had to do every single thing out of front of their door. And then the first thing I stuffed down was a box of drywall nails upside down. So when they picked it up, went everywhere. There was nowhere for them to get out of their apartment unless they moved all this stuff. So that's part of my confession.